Dining here is an experience for all of your senses. You're engaging your taste, you're also engaging visually and also with the aroma. Hi everyone and welcome to Sugar Spice Nice. My name is Shweta and in this video I'm taking you with me for a modern Indian dining experience. I'm here at the VARQ at the Taj Mahal Hotel in Delhi, and this is one of the finest and one of the most luxurious restaurants that you can visit when you're in Delhi. This is one of the first few restaurants that started a gourmet Indian dining experience, and the place itself is beautifully done. Lots of interesting priceless art pieces, and I think I'll give you guys a tour in a little while, but for now let's just get started with the first course. This is known as amuse-bouche, which is a French way of preparing your palate for the upcoming meal. At a place like this, presentation is everything, and when I saw my first course I was like, wow. So when you look at it, you're like intrigued. What is this? Gongura Kebab, made up of Gongura leaves, which are very flavorful in themselves. They are actually an Andhra speciality. On top is chutney. This is a tomato and garlic chutney. It's bite size, which is perfect to start off. I think this is fried because its outer part is really nice and crunchy, and they give it with a mini naan. This has a bit of cheese inside and it's also infused with truffle oil. Cheers! Next thing we have is a drink called Tikha Tamarind. Now they tell me this is a hidden cocktail and you'll not really find it on the menu, so I was like, yay! And this is essentially made up of tamarind pulp, orange juice. There's like a salt ring on top and I think a little bit of sugar to balance it out. So when I heard everything that goes into making this, I was like, wow, this is totally up my alley because it sounds like chatpada goodness. This feels wow. I feel like I'm having one of those imli pops. You know those candies that we had as a child? I don't know whether this was supposed to take me on a trip down memory lane, but it did. And it is honestly very, very refreshing. In this hot and dry weather, I feel like something like this can totally recharge me. Next course is here and we have chilled Masala Pot. So this is essentially a modern take on the dahi vada. They've actually made snow from dahi. So it's meathi dahi, which is in this form, and they serve it with sweet lassi. So this entire thing is really cold to touch and I probably shouldn't be holding it. Flavors of chutney, anardana, pomegranate are so sharp. Also chunks of banana as a sweetener. So it's low on glycemic index but yet providing a good enough amount of sweetness, and it also gives a great texture. I feel like my eyes lit up ever since I had that bite. Such a different way of relishing dahi vada. They actually serve it with lassi in this cooler cup, and honestly it's just the right consistency. Not too thick, not overly creamy and not overly sweet as well. Next course is here and we have a smoked Gelati Kebab. This is smoked with sandalwood. I mean, there was a very different aroma when he lifted the case. So this is a vegetarian Gelati Kebab made with beetroot, I think rajma as well. This doesn't need no bite, no chew. It's melt in your mouth. Flavor is very different and unique lingering aftertaste. That little yellow thing on top of the kebab is actually raw mango. It's not sweet, it's sour, so it kind of complements the overall flavor of the kebab. That last bit with the paratha base. Next course is here and we have soup, and there's like this very interesting foam on top, and this is actually a drumstick or a moringa leaf soup. Healthy and it's flavorful. The flavor of drumstick leaves is usually pretty sharp. Like whenever you're adding even whole drumsticks in a sambar or in a curry, the whole taste changes, and they have a lot of benefits for immunity. In fact, in today's day and age, it is considered like a superfood almost. I did find like a hint of a sambar masala flavor, or maybe that's just my mind associating the flavor of drumstick and sambar, but try whatever else you want over here, but the moringa leaf soup has to be on your must order list. This is a Gandheri kebab. It's basically on a sugarcane stick, and on the bottom part of the glass, which is holding the kebab, is amchur chutney. Outside texture is crunchy, but the minute you bite it, it's like beautifully soft. The kebab itself is made of broccoli and it's flavored with gongura leaves. I can't figure the flavor of broccoli at all in this one, which speaks a lot about, I think, the overall flavoring from the gongura leaves and the chutney. This is something which is there from their Timeless with a Twist menu, and this is like one of those classic dishes which has been around in this restaurant for a long time. The other dishes that we've been trying are from the modern Indian menu, which came into being way early, 2008. It's palate cleansing time and we have a sorbet for the next course, and this is a pink guava sorbet, but they tell me it's kind of spiced like our desi Peru, the way we like it. A hint of red chili powder. I could have this for dessert. What I like is that the red chili powder is apparent, but the sweetness of the guava is kind of toning it down. It's not like that weird, overly icy texture. It's just a nicely done sorbet. The next course is main course, dal, lal motki maharani. Lal mot is also called as red lentils or motki. And here we have the Amritsari kulcha, which is apparently a bestseller here. It's actually got 25 layers. That's what they told me, which is why it's so thick and chunky. And of course, there is the potato stuffing inside. Firstly, let's just talk about the crunchiness, the crispiness, and the flakiness. To be honest, I would be sorted with just this and dahi. It is so damn tasty. It is looking like a puff pastry almost. You have to see the flakiness. Now trying it with the dal. The kulcha is actually spicy, like the spice level hits you after you've had a few bites. I think the potato stuffing is on the spicier side. That and the dal in itself is such a satisfying combo. It's lal mot along with rajma. It's simmered with tomatoes, and they told me that they don't use any additional sweetener or anything in it. Because it's simmered for so long, the tomatoes kind of release their natural sweetness into the gravy. Lots of cream. After the kulcha, it's time for the rice course, and we have something known as a khichda, a traditional Rajasthani dish, usually cooked with meat, but there is a vegetarian version of this. This is actually known as the Panchdan khichda, which means that it's made from 5 different grains. A lot of assortments that come with it. We have some smoked ghee, kher sangri. It's called a potli, which has guava inside. I think like a guava compote or a paste. Then we have puffed bajra and black rice, surke wala dahi, organic stuffed chilies. So this platter in itself seems so interesting. It's time to try the khichda. 5 different grains that go into making this: bajra, oats, quinoa, black rice and dals. There's a lot of ghee inside it that's gone into making it. It's not like it's overdone with masalas or overdone with other vegetables. You can feel the flavor of the grains itself, but just the way it's cooked, the simplicity of it is everything. In spite of it not needing any ghee, I feel like trying it with a little bit of smoked ghee. They've also put like a fair bit of microgreens on top, and when you mix that and the ghee and have a little bit of the kher sangri, that's when this feels like soul satisfying. Now it's time to try the Peru potli, the guava potli. It's bits of Peru, feeling super tangy, and I think there's like a little bit of spices as well. Let's have a little bit of the tadke wala dahi. When I saw it, I was like, is this curry? Because it was like that typical yellow color, but they said no, this is just dahi and tadka. Finally, the part that I've been waiting for. I could make a bhel out of this. I could even replace bundi raita with this. Need to get my hands on this on like a full-time basis, because this is legit the healthiest and the most yummy snack I've had in a long time. This is the last part of the main course, and this is chhena paneer. I really appreciate the special presentation. I mean, you have to see, this is essentially a khasta roti, flaky bread which is like holding everything together. The smaller bits of paneer and the creamy chhena in between, topped with some spring onion greens. Doesn't this look so interesting? A little bit of red chili flakes, some whole coriander. I think this dish will be a burst of flavor. and we have naan to go with it. This is lemon leaf naan, and this is the cheese and truffle naan. We had a mini version of this with the amuse bouche. Super creamy. That's the beauty of chena. And the smaller bits of paneer, the gravy, everything is good. But what is adding like that extra zing is coriander seeds. Now this has been like flavored only with whole coriander seeds. No other spices. I'm going to be trying it with a little bit of the lemon leaf naan. The naan in itself feels flavored. There's like that hint of like sour, slightly bittery feeling all throughout. But when you have it with the paneer, it's wow. Finally, it's time for the last course. This is dessert, signature VARQ dessert platter. Firstly, let's just take a minute to appreciate the plating, and we have 3 different things here. We have some rabdi, we have a passion fruit jalebi, and we have a blueberry kalakan stuffed potli. So this is actually a quinoa rabdi. It's not a regular rice rabdi. And you get that like lingering subtle flavor of orange zest in it. Just the right amount to notice it. Next thing that I'm trying is a passion fruit jalebi. The texture is wow. It's crispy. It's not overly sweet. I don't know whether it's that like inherent slight sourness, zesty flavor from the passion fruit itself or what, but this is like so enjoyable. I thought the jalebi was top notch until I had the kalakan. And now for the blueberry wala potli. Not very tarty. It's got a little bit of rabdi below it. Just the combination of like that creamy blueberry texture and the flakiness of the pastry just feels like wow. The only thing that can make this experience even more special is ending it with Himalayan Rose Tea, and that's what I'm having. There's no like color and stuff in this. This is the actual like pink from the rose petals. Just what my tummy needs. You can totally get like that rose wala flavor in this. You know, I thought it might not be that prominent, but it so is. So that was it from my extraordinary dining experience at the VARQ here at Taj Mahal Hotel, Delhi. It is definitely one of the best Indian restaurants, not just in Delhi, but I feel in all of Asia. The place itself is so beautifully done. Not just the food presentation, even the interiors are so appealing and so alluring. Behind me is the artwork by a very famous artist, Anjali Ila Menon. If you're in Delhi, then definitely come down and experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave all of the details of the place, the charges and everything in the description box below. Make sure you check that. And I'm just about to go to my room and chill for a bit. I know you guys are going to want to see that video, so make sure you stay tuned for the next video, which is going to be my room experience here at the Taj Mahal, Delhi. And that is really it. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends and family and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.